When I was young, I went out with a big guy covered in tattoos who was older than me, by 7 years exactly. I was 17 and he was 24. I thought I was lucky to have an older guy interested in me because boys my age were immature, and so I thought, he's older, he has life experience, and I'm more mature than most people my age. He can give me what I want. The first night I met him, we slept together because he told me I was everything he wanted, and he didn't want to wait. He also said he was in an open relationship, and they agreed they could sleep with whoever they wanted. He was good with words, so he made it sound special. The next day, he told me his girlfriend broke up with him. Later, it turned out he lied about the whole open relationship deal just so he could sleep with someone else. I also found out that the ex was 16. But I didn't think anything of it. I was so caught up in the romance of the whole situation with this older guy and thought obviously this other girl was too immature for him. I convinced myself I would be better for him. We inevitably ended up in a relationship. In the beginning, he made out like he was a damaged guy because so many girls had hurt him in the past. He made me feel bad for him, like he was a victim. And this made me want to fix him and be with him even more. But after the first few months, things turned pretty strange. I made sure I was perfect for him because I didn't want to hurt him like those other girls had done. I did everything for him. Cleaned his room, made him dinner, skipped out on school to be with him if he had a bad day, and before I knew it, I was living with him. I never went home. One day, I wanted to go back home for a while to see my family and hang out with my friends, but he didn't react well. He shouted that I was selfish for leaving him when he needed me the most. Anytime I wanted to do something for myself, like meeting with friends, study for exams, or even dress up and put some makeup on, he would flip. He started throwing things at my face, like Xbox controllers, remotes, and yell at me, accusing me of dressing up for someone he didn't know about. I knew I was the best girlfriend he ever had because I made sure of it. So what could I possibly do to hurt him? All I wanted to do was live my life as well. What was so wrong with that? After this, he made me feel worthless. He started comparing me to other girls constantly, saying who he would sleep with, trying to get me to agree to 3 ways. It made me feel so uncomfortable, but I didn't know how to deal with it. After all the words he put into my head, I believed I was the bad person and I deserved it. He controlled everything I did. I just didn't see it. I couldn't go anywhere in public without him, and when we were out together, he would publicly humiliate me by shouting at me, pushing me forward, making out I had done something terrible. But no one interfered because he looked intimidating. I was so small and defenseless compared to him, so I would say, sorry, until the shouting stopped. Everything changed one day when he told me he wanted to have a baby. I was only 18 at this point, and we had been together for just 1 year. I can't have a baby. I'm still in college. I don't have a job, and this is your mom's house, not ours. We're not fit to be parents, I told him. And also, I don't want a baby because I don't like kids. I'm not maternal at all, and I don't see children in my future. He didn't like it when I said that. But surprisingly, he didn't get intrusive for once. He just nodded and we never spoke about it again. A few months later, I found out he was cheating on me. He was trying to have a baby with another girl because she wanted one and I didn't. Those were his very words. Also, it's my fault he cheated because I didn't want a baby in the first place, so what did I expect him to do? It broke me when he said that. This experience was hard. I would sit in the bathroom crying, talking to a younger version of myself saying, I can't believe you're gonna have to go through this so young, and I stopped feeling anything. I just felt numb. I was slipping fast into a depression I thought I could never escape. I didn't know who I was anymore, and I didn't know who to tell. I didn't want to tell anyone because I spent so long justifying all the humiliation he put me through. I was just living a lie because I wanted people to think I could handle myself, and telling the truth would just paint me as an idiot. I stayed with him after the cheating. It turned out it was multiple girls. I even found a video of him making out with someone on his phone. I had to look on his phone because my paranoia was so bad and I couldn't trust him. But I was trapped. I started getting scared of him as he turned physically vicious. When he was caught out, he was much worse. He kicked me out the house in the middle of the night. He kicked a glass table over me and even cut off all my hair when I was drunk and spat in my face when I started standing up for myself. At this point, I just wanted to escape. I didn't know who he was anymore after this one particular day. We were hanging out in his bedroom playing games and he was getting angry at the game because he kept losing. He stood up and threw the controller across the room. When something like this happened, my way of coping was to joke, but I picked a very bad joke. "You're such a loser." I laughed, trying to make light of the situation, and then before I knew it, he jumped onto the bed and pinned me against the wall by my neck and started choking me. I can't even describe what was going through my head. "Get out of my face!" was all I could manage to say before I felt lightheaded. The situation left me in pure shock, but luckily for me, I was brave enough to use this as the reason to leave him. The next day, when he was at work, I left college at lunchtime and let myself into the house with a spare key. I took all of my things and left a note telling him it was over and I was never coming back. I was too scared to confront him to his face. I went to the police with my story and gave them all of his information, and they said they would go to his house and give him a formal warning and potentially take him to court. Unfortunately, the police never got in touch with me regarding the outcome of when they went to see him. This hindered my healing process, as the police were the only people who could make him pay for what he did, not only to me, but so many other underage girls. And the justice system let me down. So here I am to raise awareness. It took me a long time to get over what had happened to me, and even now, I'm dealing with it. I'm still scarred for life. I don't trust people anymore. I get paranoid, I have nightmares still, and wake up in the night crying inconsolably at my past. But I rediscovered who I am, and I won't let it dictate my life. I have moved on. I'm graduating, and I've already secured a job as a teacher. I won't look back, only forward. I share this story to raise awareness of domestic abuse and the signs of potential exploitation in a partner. 1. They make themselves out to be a victim of everything. 2. They always blame you for things, even when it's their fault. 3. They make you feel insecure and don't have problems publicly humiliating you. 4. They always tell you what they want you to be, but never appreciate what you are. 5. Controlling you, telling you that you have no true friends, telling you what you can and can't wear. 6. You can't go anywhere without them. 7. You feel like you need to keep secrets because you're afraid of how they'll react. 8. They blame their anger on you, or ADHD, ADD, depression, etc. 9. Using objects to hurt you is a major sign of physical violence, even if it's only once. 10. They need to be at the center of attention and are very egotistical. There are many more signs, but these are small ones that are less obvious. Don't be afraid to leave, even if it's secretly, because they don't deserve an explanation. Remember, someone else's violence is a reflection on who they are, not who you are. There is never a reason for violence, and it isn't an answer.